Wasp Jr. 9 cylinders. Brown on the roll. Keep your eyes to the left as we see Miss Jane Wicker. Smoke is on. Let's watch Jane Wicker's talking about. Hey, Kirk, pull back on the stick. The airplane does a big duster turn. Now keep your eyes on the airplane as Kirk Wicker, yeah, same name as Jane. Little explanation here. A number of years ago, Jane and her then husband, Kirk, were in the air show business together with a wing walking act. And when Jane decided to get back into the business, even though they were divorced, she said, hey, I trust Kirk Wicker. She is now on top. No parachute, no safety lines, only a lap belt holding her in place. Give her a wave, everybody, from Briscoe, Virginia, an FAA budget analyst by day and a wing walker by showbiz. Now, Jane Wicker is a very fit, very trim young lady. A single mother of 2. She has turned her life into what she wants. With a great job with the FAA and the ability to fly on the wing of her own airplane. And I will tell you that this is arguably the nicest Stearman biplane on the air show circuit today. It was acquired from Steve Wagner up in Minnesota, and he meticulously restored the airplane from the ground up. Outfitted with the latest in wheel and lighting and Goodyear aviation tires. Jane Wicker, on the top wing, is now diving in with her partner and pilot, Kirk. From the controls, there's 140 miles an hour. Let's watch biplane called Aurora drive into the blue sky here over Cuban 8, a maneuver that was invented quite by accident right here in Miami air races. Jane Wicker being exposed to incredible G-forces against the force, pushing her back against that stanchion. Kirk Wicker will run out of airspeed. As he does, he'll push hard on the left rudder pedal. Turn around. For a moment, Jane Wicker is at 0 drag on that Stearman biplane makes it a big challenge for Kirk Wicker to fly. So he has to be especially careful of his altitude, his airspeed, and his attitude to make sure this Stearman biplane called Aurora is in perfect shape. Radial engine snarling at the sky. Jane Wicker on top having the time of her life. She began flying after a scenic ride from a friend in 1988. After just one flight lesson, she knew the sky was where she belonged. Once bitten by the aviation bug, she was unstoppable. Get your Nikon cameras on that pass. Here's the photo pass. given an aerobatic ride in a Stearman at the Flying Circus in Bealton, Virginia as a birthday present. After that one Stearman flight, she knew she had to learn aerobatics, as she was destined to fly air shows. She began wing walking in 1990, and then eventually married the man who flew her on that flight, Kirk Wicker. They continued flying together for almost 12 years and divorced in 2002. But then in 2009, Jane Wicker wanted to get back into the air show business. Keep your eyes on the right, as Jane Wicker is now moving from the stanchion on top, and she's going to work her way walking out along the wing, being very careful not to put her foot through the fabric. She'll go right into the javelin strut and past it, going out to the end strut, the large strut that holds the top and bottom wings together. Again, no parachutes. And now no safety line as she leans out into the slipstream. Kirk Wicker applies the engine, but from the drag on the airframe that Jane Wicker places. Keep your eye on Jane as she now sets up for her next spectacular pass. Standing on that end strut, she will grab the leading part of that end strut, turn her back into the wind. She is going to sit down on the lower wing. She will now clip the only safety line she's got onto that strut.
Now you're talking crap.
Now he doesn't want to do it. He only wanted to do it without us.
On the right, Jane Wicker is now getting ready to hang down from the end strut. She's down there. She's hanging straight down under the wing at 100 miles an hour in the slipstream, holding on to that end strut with her legs. Ladies and gentlemen, a big round of applause for Jane Wicker. With the incredible strength that she has, because she works out 4 nights a week at home, she has now put herself back up to the end strut. She's not done yet. Aurora, the Stearman, Kirk Wicker, the pilot, and Jane Wicker are about to show you one more incredible demonstration of the talent of this lovely wing walker from Bristow, Virginia. Kirk Wicker dives down to within 50 feet of the ground. He'll pull back on the stick and watch him as he rolls the airplane upside down, and Jane Wicker now sitting up and waving at the crowd. Ladies and gentlemen, a big, huge sudden round of applause for the incomparable Jane Wicker. Still hanging under. She's going to pull herself back up and work her way back into the airplane.
I know. We were talking about that yesterday, like all my ex-girlfriends and stuff.
Oh my God.
I want nothing to
Jane is not only a talented wing walker, but a true aerobatic pilot in her own right. She not only walks on the wings of her Stearman, but flies it as well. She's an accomplished competition aerobatic pilot, flying everything from the Stearman to the French-built Cap 21. Once she gets her mind set on something, there is no stopping her. She has overcome many obstacles to get where she is today, and hopes that everyone out here today watching her, especially you kids, will see that nothing is impossible when you never let go of your dreams and desires. Now, on the javelin strut, that piece of wood that holds the flying wires together, there's Jane Wicker. You can visit her website, wingwalk.org. You can follow her on Twitter @wingwalking. Watch her videos on her YouTube channel, Wingwalking. And check her out on Facebook @Jane Wicker Air Shows. She wants to thank her sponsors, Goodyear Aviation Tires, Whelan Engineering for their great lighting assistance. And you'll see the Whelan display in one of the hangars, and also the big Whelan area by Mike Goulian Air Shows just to the right of the announcer stand. Thanks also to the Claw aircraft tie-downs, to Ram mounts, to Mutt Puffs, hearing protection for the dog in your family, David Clark headsets, and Vidal HD sunglasses.
Some people say that it produces really a lot of noise at such a low ISO. And I've heard some people rave about it.
Kirk Wicker, the pilot, has been flying both competition and air shows since 1985. And Jane Wicker, although she's no longer married to Kirk, trusts his ability to fly this spectacular aircraft and Jane while she's on it and keep everybody safe. Touching down ever so gently. That, ladies and gentlemen, the most beautiful steerman on the air show circuit today. One last huge round of applause for Jane Wicker.
And that's one of the reasons why I was looking at it, because that one frame could be the difference of getting the full vapor coat off.
He sounds like he knows.
Now, the Aerostars are going to take off, but as we get them launched, I want you to keep your ears to the sky, listening carefully to what sounds like a very, very normal old Beechcraft Bonanza. It may sound like one, but it's not going to fly like one. We're going to welcome South Dakota native Jim Pites. A gentleman totally immersed in aviation is the owner of the Mustang Aviation located in Pierre, South Dakota. Jim Pites will be out there. And there's Jane Wicker. Nice job, Jane. Awesome performance. A nice round of applause for Kirk as well. He's also waving there. What a sight to behold.
I don't think she is.
Absolutely awesome. All right, take a